Imagine waiting 7 years. 7 years of bottled-up feelings, held-back tears, and prayers whispered every single night. Then, in one night, in one stadium, it all erupts into one giant collective scream that shakes the sky over Paris. This isn't a drama. This actually happened this week at Stade de France. And today, we're breaking down exactly what happened when BTS finally set foot back in France, including the moments that shocked the world and one unexpected guest appearance that had the internet losing its mind. Stick around till the end, because there's one moment near the closing that, in my opinion, is the most emotional part of this entire concert. Okay, before we dive into the concert itself, I want you to understand why these 2 nights weren't just another boy band concert. The last time BTS set foot in France was back in 2019. Back then, they performed 2 consecutive nights at Stade de France as part of their Love Yourself, Speak Yourself tour, becoming the first Korean act to ever headline that iconic venue. Both shows sold out within minutes, drawing a combined total of roughly 140,000 attendees over the 2 nights. After that, the world changed completely. A global pandemic brought the live music industry to a halt. Then, one by one, every BTS member had to complete their mandatory military service in South Korea, something that effectively paused the group's activities as a full unit for about 3 years. During that time, they stayed active through solo projects. But for ARMY around the world, there was one thing nothing could replace: seeing all 7 members standing on the same stage at the same time. Well, this year, that wait is finally over. In March 2026, BTS released their 6th studio album, titled Arirang, their first comeback as a full group since their album Be Back in 2020. And from that album came the world tour they named the World Tour Arirang, billed as the most ambitious tour of their career so far. The tour kicked off in April 2026 in South Korea, then moved through Japan, Mexico, and the United States, before circling back home. Since late June 2026, they've been touring Europe, and among all the cities on the route, Paris earned the honor of being one of the most anticipated stops, with 2 special dates: July 17th and 18th, 2026, at Stade de France. What makes it even more epic is that this tour also marks several new milestones for BTS, including their first ever performances in Madrid and Brussels, the first K-pop concerts held at some major American stadiums, and their debut at the legendary Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. So yes, Paris is just one stop on the massive journey they're currently on this year. But why does Paris feel especially special? Because for a lot of European ARMY, these 2 nights were a moment of proof. Proof that the BTS they know, full of energy, with choreography synced down to the second, capable of making an entire stadium cry and laugh at the same time, hasn't disappeared at all despite years of being quiet. Now, let's rewind to a few hours before the concert even started. According to local French media reports, the atmosphere around Stade de France was already boiling a full 10 hours before the show began. Picture that, 10 hours before the stage lights even turned on, fans were already sitting outside the entrance gates, sandwiches in hand, ready to camp out all day just to secure a spot at the very front of the festival pit. One report mentioned a group of high school girls who first discovered BTS back in 2020, meaning they'd been waiting for this moment for years, even before they'd ever had the chance to see BTS live in person. For them, this wasn't just a concert. It was the payoff of a long journey as an ARMY. And it wasn't just about the queue. To celebrate these 2 historic dates, the city of Paris even welcomed a special Arirang-themed pop-up store, open for roughly 3 weeks. There, fans could hunt down exclusive merchandise, from collectors' vinyl records and t-shirts to hoodies and the official tour lightstick. On top of that, there was also a full event series called the BTS Fan Day Festival, a celebration entirely dedicated to the ARMY community, held right after the 2 concerts wrapped up. So all in all, this wasn't just watch a 2-hour concert and go home. This was an entire weekend that Paris dedicated to celebrating BTS's return, from the pop-up store to the community festival, all building up to the peak moment on the Stade de France stage. Alright, now let's get into the heart of it all, what actually happened inside the stadium. Based on coverage from several French outlets who were there live that night, the concert opened in a genuinely theatrical way. A man suddenly appeared in the festival area engulfed in red smoke, followed by around 30 dancers dressed as ninjas storming the stage. Only after that did all 7 BTS members appear, greeted by a deafening roar from the crowd, opening their set with the song Hooligan, while fireworks exploded across the sky above the stadium. Try to imagine the reaction of tens of thousands of people who had waited 7 years, the moment they saw all 7 members standing together again on the same stage. According to the reports circulating, the crowd screams were described as absolutely deafening. After the opening number, the members took a moment to greet the audience, and this became one of the most talked about moments of the night. They attempted to greet the crowd in French, even with an accent that clearly took some effort, expressing how much they'd missed Paris and telling the crowd the city felt magical to them. Small efforts like this tend to become some of the most beloved moments for fans, not because the language was perfect, but because of the genuine effort to connect directly with the local audience. The concert itself ran for a little over 2 hours, with a stage design built with serious precision. Several reports described the stage concept as fully 360 degrees, or in the round, a design that lets audience members from every direction still feel close to the stage. This kind of setup is often compared to the production scale of massive tours like U2 or Coldplay, signaling just how much was invested in this tour's production. Throughout the night, the audience was treated to a mix of tightly synced choreography, elaborate and luxurious-looking costumes, and musical moments blending rap, R&B, and more emotional ballads. Quite a few described the performance as feeling full of energy yet still deeply moving, a combination that's long been one of BTS's signature traits. Now, here's the part that got talked about the most on social media after the concert ended. It turns out, among the tens of thousands of people in the crowd that night, there was one very unexpected pair. French President Emmanuel Macron, along with First Lady Brigitte Macron, was there watching the BTS concert in person. Video of the moment spread quickly online, showing both of them waving light sticks along with everyone else, fully swept up in the excitement of the sold-out show. This moment instantly became a hot topic across platforms, because for a lot of people, it felt like real proof of just how far BTS's influence now reaches. No longer just a phenomenon among young fans, but something that's crossed into all kinds of circles, even up to heads of state. Thinking about it more, this also serves as a reminder of BTS's long journey on the world stage. The group has previously performed at prestigious events like the Grammy Awards, and even delivered a speech in person at the United Nations on youth-related issues. They've also conquered some of the world's biggest stages, including SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, Wembley in London, Las Vegas, and their own massive reunion concert in Seoul, which drew a crowd of over 50,000. So when their fan base, ARMY, is described as one of the most active and loyal fan communities in the world, that's not just an empty claim. It's visible in how every single tour of theirs turns into a cultural event, not just an ordinary music concert. Beyond the president's appearance, there was also plenty of attention on just how emotional the crowd's energy was throughout the night. One live coverage report described how BTS's energy on stage seemed to constantly match the crowd's, who kept asking for more, a clear testament to the unwavering loyalty of the ARMY community present that night. Now, let's talk about the closing, because in my opinion, this is the most emotional part of the entire night. After more than 2 hours of non-stop energy, the concert closed with the song, Into the Sun, accompanied by a massive fireworks display lighting up the sky over Stade de France. Just imagine, after 7 years of waiting, this closing moment became something like a symbol, not just the end of one night's concert, but the closing of a long chapter full of uncertainty that both the group and their fans had gone through. Looking back, the road to this night was full of twists. There was a pandemic that brought almost every music tour on the planet to a standstill. There was each member's mandatory military service, lasting around 18 months, which effectively halted the group's activities as a unit for 3 full years. And through all of that, the ARMY community held on, kept waiting, kept believing that one day all 7 members would stand together on the same stage again. So when those fireworks lit up the sky at the end of the night, it wasn't just about a spectacular stage production. It was about the payoff of a long wait. Proof that all the hopes and prayers held onto for years had finally, fully come true. Before we wrap up this video, I want to take you through the bigger picture, why these two concerts matter for the entertainment industry as a whole. Stade de France itself is reportedly experiencing a surge in the number of concerts held there this year, even being described as a new record compared to previous years. It's not just BTS, several other big names are also on the venue's schedule throughout 2026. This trend shows just how much demand for stadium-scale concerts has grown post-pandemic, with audiences increasingly hungry for large-scale live experiences. And amid that trend, BTS once again proved themselves to be one of the biggest forces capable of moving the global music industry, not just across Asia, but genuinely across continents. The fact that a group from South Korea can pack a stadium as massive as Stade de France, even drawing the attention of a sitting head of state, is real proof of how K-pop has shifted from being a regional trend into a global cultural force that's now taken seriously everywhere. This is also an important reminder. BTS's comeback with the album Erarang isn't just about releasing new music. It's about proving that after a long pause, the pandemic, mandatory military service, each member's solo projects, the connection between this group and their fans hasn't faded one bit. If anything, that long wait made this reunion moment feel that much more meaningful. So, that's the full rundown of BTS's two historic nights at Stade de France, Paris. From the 10-hour queue before the show, the dramatic ninja and fireworks opening, the viral moment of President Macron's appearance that broke the internet, to the emotional closing with Into the Sun. For me personally, this moment is a powerful reminder that music, when performed with genuine sincerity and backed by a loyal community, can break through barriers of language, culture, and even generations. 7 years of waiting, and it all paid off in 2 nights that neither French army nor army around the world watching through their screens will forget anytime soon. So, if you're an army watching this video, if you were there at Stade de France that night, I'm curious, which moment gave you the most chills? Drop it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe so you don't miss updates about K-pop and the global music scene, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. See you in the next one. And just like BTS said that night, Paris really is magical. See you, Army.